day, YouTube. Motomaster X5 here. Another winter day. Oh man. So, update on the Mazda. So far, the coolant level has not dropped anymore. So that's always good. My car's not blowing up, so I'd like to keep it that way. You know, I like my car not being blown up and or burning coolant. So I'm happy about that. But I do still smell coolant occasionally coming from the front. So, I mean, I'm thinking it's just like a loose radiator clamp, which I really should look at before, you know, it completely comes off. But it's so minor that I'm guessing that it'll be fine for a while, and I'm just hoping it'll warm up here soon so I can, you know, crawl under the car and take a look and see if it's just a loose radiator hose. That's the whole reason why I went to the dealer in the first place, was because it was really shitty out, and I'm not gonna freaking jack my car up and crawl under it when there's ice all over the place. That's just asking for trouble. But yeah, my thought is just wait till it warms up, jack it up, take a look. But so far she's doing good, not burning any, or at least not a noticeable amount of coolant, or losing coolant, I should say. I don't think she's burning any coolant. On the flip side, what's not doing so good is my cryptocurrency portfolio. It was doing really good, you know, the last week or so. Everyone was using cryptocurrency, let's be honest. You know, I was feeling good, and today hits and everything goes to shit. Ethereum's down to like 960 last I checked. It was over like 1,200 earlier today. It's over 1,400 last week, but I'm still up in that, knock on wood, because I bought that at like 700, but it's still down a bit. Unfortunately, I just bought some Litecoin yesterday, and that's way down. So I did lose a bit on Litecoin so far. Overall, I'm still up, but not by a ton now. I don't even own a bunch of cryptocurrencies. I got into it just a little bit to see if I could earn some money by the end of the year. I'm not day trading it or anything. I'm mainly holding it to see if by the end of the year, if it'll, you know, go up in value. Because if you look historically, it's always gone up by a pretty big margin over a year. So if I can even just double what I put into it, I'd be pretty happy. I mean, who can say they double their money every year in like the stock market? You really can't, or any investment for that matter. So we'll see. I'm also mining Ethereum on my gaming computer too. I don't really talk about my computer much, but I did end up building a Ryzen system. I know I talked about building a Ryzen system a while back. I don't know if I ever actually mentioned the fact that I did. Of course, we had another light. Okay, I'll talk to you once I'm not stopped at a light. So I have a pretty good gaming PC that I built. Like I was saying, it's a Ryzen PC, AMD Ryzen. For those who don't know, who aren't into computers, basically Intel's been the king of performance for the longest time. And AMD recently, this past year, finally released something that was competitive. Intel quickly retorted and released something that was also better than AMD's, although at a much higher price point, of course. Not much higher, but definitely a higher price point. But we won't get into the whole Intel meltdown bug thing that happened recently. That's getting a little bit too technical for this channel. But the point is, I have a Ryzen 7 gaming PC with a pretty high-end GPU, a GTX 1070 Ti, and then I had a lower mid-range GPU in my media PC, a GTX 1050 Ti, and for now I have that in my gaming PC as well, so I have two GPUs, and I'm mining Ethereum on it. I'm making about it was $180 a month worth of Ethereum before, you know, everything tanked today. Now it's about $120, which isn't crazy. Like, I wouldn't go out and build a PC for mining, honestly, but I already have my gaming PC, so if it's just sitting there, the way I see it is I might as well put it to use when I'm not using it. And yeah, it does use electricity. When I say $180 a month, that's after electricity costs. So it's probably closer to like $210 a month is what I'm earning in Ethereum. Like I said, now the value dropped, but what you earn is actually like, you don't earn money, you earn Ethereum that's worth a certain amount of money. So if I just don't sell that Ethereum, it'll probably be worth more in the future anyway. So yeah, it's worth 120 now, was 180. But if I sell it in 6 months and it goes up by a little bit, it might be worth more like 200 or 300 per month. This is all speculation. That's all cryptocurrency really is speculation. So I wouldn't put a lot into it. Like I said, I would not build a gaming or build a mining PC right now, unless you know something about the market that a lot of other people don't. But I already had one. So unfortunately, making a bit less of a profit on that now that the value's dropped, but you know, what can you do? I want to hear your guys' opinions on cryptocurrency. If any of you guys or girls have any cryptocurrency, if you're mining or whatnot. I know it's still not the most common thing. What is this guy doing, man? He's making me soft. I don't know why we're going so slow right now. Like, these roads are not bad. We're doing like 40. Why are we doing like 40? Don't understand. So that's cryptocurrency news, which no one comes to my channel to get cryptocurrency news. That's just where I'm at in cryptocurrency. Like I was saying, I wouldn't put a bunch of money into it. I'm using it, honestly, as more of a gamble to potentially make some money to pay off some debt. Namely, I have a credit card that I owe a few thousand on. I'm trying to get completely out of credit card debt. I kind of, last year and the year before, I racked up a good amount between owning my piece of shit Subaru that I had to keep putting money into fixing. What is going on here? That piece of shit Subaru that I got really unlucky with. Like, I'm not saying all Subarus are pieces of shit, I just had a piece of shit Subaru. And then I bought a motorcycle, and then I kind of got stupid with my money and put a lot of my gear and shit on credit cards. Whee! Just snowy snow. But yeah, like, I don't have a ton of debt, but I have a few thousand in credit card debt, and then I owe a lot on my car still. So my hope is that I can make a few thousand off of crypto, just enough to like help pay off some debt. I'm not expecting to get rich, and I know I could lose it all at any time. And that's why I'm not putting a bunch into it. I have a few hundred in it right now. My investments are they were worth like 1,200. 12, or actually I think with the Litecoin it was worth more like 1,500. And I only had a few hundred actually in it. The value just kept going up from where I bought it. And I'm still technically up overall right now, but like I'm not gonna put any more into it unless there's like a really good deal on something, and even then I'm probably not. I'm just gonna wait, hold on to it for a while. If the value majorly shoots up on stuff, I might sell at least some of what I'm holding. But I'm mainly just waiting to see if the value keeps going up, because every year on year, a lot of these cryptocurrencies go up like exponentially in value. Maybe not exponentially, but you know what I mean. Like Bitcoin went from like being worth like a few hundred to a few thousand to being worth over 10,000. And that's year on year. It goes from like 1,000 to 10,000, or you know, a 10 times increase. So even if I make 10 times on like my $500-600 investment, that's still like, you know, $6,000 I just made. So that's mainly what I'm hoping for. I'm not expecting it, and I don't think anyone really should. Man, I really talked a lot about cryptocurrencies today. That was not really the intention, but woo, traffic. Lots of traffic. The snow is depressing me when I ride my motorcycle. My motorcycles. I never actually did an official reveal on my second motorcycle. I know I did a mini bike video, so that'll be a topic for the next video, the whole mini bike. If you're wondering why I did a reveal and said I was going to do a bunch of stuff with it and you haven't seen anything about it, that'll be my next video, I think. I'll talk about the mini bike. But I actually have another bike too, so I have my Daytona 675 Super Sport, and now I have a dual sport as well, so like a street legal dirt bike, or an enduro as some people call them. It's a Yamaha XT250. And I know a lot of people are like, whoa, a 250, why would you go with a 250? And it's because the bigger dual sports, like I already have a good street bike. I don't need another fast street bike. I don't care if my dual sport is really fast. So people are always like, oh, 250 is so slow. It's like, yeah, on the street, but how fast are you going to go off-road? Like, you know, it can do like 75, 80 miles an hour. I'm not going to be doing that off-road. And I'm not like going to be doing trials races or anything. I just plan on fucking around, pardon my language, screwing around off-road. I don't plan on doing anything crazy, maybe like little jumps here and there, just going through some wooded trails and stuff. And the other thing too is a lot of the dual sports, especially the bigger engine ones, are also, guess what, bigger. They're taller, a lot taller. A lot of dual sport motorcycles are like 35 to 38 inches. And I'm not a tall guy, I'm only 5'8". I have long legs, thankfully. Like one of my buddies who got me into riding motorcycles, he's about the same height as me. And he can hardly put his toes down on my Daytona 675, whereas I can easily flat-foot it. So, I mean, I have long legs for my height, but I still would not want a really tall off-road bike when I'm not really experienced off-road. I've only ridden off-road a couple times, and that's been on the bike that I got this past fall that I never did a video on. And I was actually really glad that I had a low bike, because there was one point in time where I got myself, like, I was going a way that I knew I couldn't go with the tires that are on it, because right now it has 90-10 tires, 90% on-road, 10% off. Not the best tires, and I'm not very experienced, and I was going down a trail that was getting crazy pretty fast, so I decided to turn around. And the way I had to turn around, I had to kind of like do like a 20-point turn with the motorcycle. If that bike had been tall, that would have been a nightmare, because it was like uneven, rocky ground too. And I'm sure a good rider could have done it, but I'm not good off-road. I'll gladly admit that. I'm not even going to say I'm a good on-road rider, honestly. I've only been riding for like, you know, like 2 years. I'm not going to say I'm a great rider. I think I'm decent, but far from a great rider in any respect, even on-road or off-road. So that's why I went with the XT250. It was a pretty short, easy to learn dual sport. It was cheap, got a really good deal on her. It's a Yamaha. I have a thing for Yamahas. My first bike was a Yamaha, and honestly, if I get another bike, it'll probably be a Yamaha. I don't know why, I just like Yamahas. Maybe I should own some other ones just to see, but... And it's air-cooled too, which is nice because it's very simple. Anything goes wrong with it, very easy to fix. Well, yeah, relatively easy to fix. Air-cooled carbureted engine, so... It's an older one, it's not one of the newer fuel-injected XT250s. Bought that last year. Actually, did I release any videos of that? No, I don't think I did. I recorded videos of me off-roading with this camera, but I didn't really motovlog on it. Watch, I'm gonna feel so stupid if I actually did post a video of me on it. I'm 99% sure I did not, because I don't think I had a microphone in the helmet. I think I just recorded some trips of me driving around going off-road. Which actually, now that I think about it, I should upload a couple of those. I had a pretty stupid crash while I was off-road. I mean, I was fine. It wasn't a bad crash. I just kind of wiped out, picked up the bike, and I was fine. The bike was fine. She started right up like a champ. First time I've crashed on a motorcycle, aside from, you know, like dropping a bike. I've dropped my old bike a couple times. Never dropped the Daytona, thankfully. But my FZ was dropped a few times because it was my first bike. But yeah, so I can say my first crash on a motorcycle was off-road. Oh god, I really need to get over there. This is not looking so good. Oh god, what is going on? Why is no one moving over there? Looking so good. Whoop, jumping on over. Yeah, look at that. So you guys can look forward to seeing some off-road action next year. Once, you know, this white shit's not falling all over us and covering everything in snow. And the snow itself actually wouldn't bother me as much. Like, I would actually try taking the dual sport out in the snow a bit. Not when it's really slippery, but like when there's like a little bit. Except what really kills me is all the salt they use. I really don't want road salt on my bikes. And yeah, you can wash it off, but it's always going to get to nooks and crannies and crap, and I just don't like that. So you will very seldom see me ride my motorcycle in the winter, unless it hasn't been snowing a lot and the roads are relatively clear. And even then, I'll spray it down really good when I'm done. That's about it, guys. I pretty much just wanted to, you know, give you guys a quick update on my situation. And, yeah. I apologize for my last couple of videos ending abruptly. Basically what happened was I ended up having to cut the video short for some reason or another before I could actually end it properly, and then I just never got around to recording an ending. So if you're wondering why my last couple of videos have just kind of went from me talking to, you know, nothing, that's why. Like, nothing major happened, it was just, you know, something interrupted me, and then I kind of forgot that I never finished the video properly. So that's pretty much it. As always, you guys take it easy, and have a good one. Adios, my friends.